Oh, happy Wednesday, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Poppy's Conversation Corner right here on our page, y'all. We're here live weekly, 6:30 every Wednesday, having this conversation with some phenomenal people who's doing some phenomenal work. And we're just talking, y'all. Just having great conversation. And I'm excited about it. Do me a favor. I say this every week. I don't ask for much, but like, share, and comment. And if I'm asking too much, you can inbox me and let me know, and I'm still gonna ask. But do me a favor, y'all. Like, share, and comment. We're having great conversation. Today we have a phenomenal young lady who's doing some phenomenal work. And she wants to talk with you. Yes. And she's talking about minority providers on changing the mental health game. And we have Tania with us. She's a counselor in training here at Poppy's Therapeutic Corner. She's doing great work, y'all, and she's in training. So we're going to talk about that. What does that look like? Yes, I'm excited about it. But do us a favor, share this conversation. We're in the month of July, so we recognize that as Minority Mental Health Month. We're featuring minority mental health providers, and we have one with us who's in training. So let's get her on this platform and have this conversation because I'm excited. Yes. What's going on, Tanya? How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am great. I'm great. I told you backstage, I just woke up. So
Yeah.
I wake up like this. Like, can you believe it? Like I wake up like this.
I cannot believe it
I
because
do, I do. Like
I
I
was used
literally was
to
knocked
like
out.
running and just like no.
Yes. I wake up like it like when the camera turns on, I turn on. Like
Like
it's it's,
snap,
it's just
snap. I'm
it's like
ready.
it's lights, camera, action. Let's go. Let's
Yeah.
go. So how are you? How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing good. It's been really, really exciting. I started seeing my first clients and it's just been like amazing. It's been like an unreal experience, just like going from like getting my education and then now actually like seeing clients and getting to
Mhm.
experience that connection with
Yeah.
people in that way. So it's been really, really
I
great.
love it. I love it. So tell us about you. Like, who are you?
Okay. Who am I? Let me see. So I am Tania Vazquez. I am from Puerto Rico, born and raised. I am about to be 32 years old, and have I started this journey into mental health. I like to call it chaotically, but naturally. It's like I think like most of us that arrive into the mental health aspect get there that way, like you have that innate like natural ability to connect with people,
Mhm.
but maybe the journey isn't like straight. I want to be a therapist from the
Yeah.
beginning. So I started with an undergrad in criminal justice, and
Okay.
when I did my undergrad, that's when it started to like these patterns starting to rise, like there's a lot of need for mental health, and the judicial system wasn't doing the right
Mhm.
thing with that, and the services weren't happening. So like that stayed in the back of my head. It was just like something that I noticed,
Mhm.
and I did finish my undergrad in criminal justice, and I was like, I just like law is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to help people, and that gap in the mental health, like a lot of people in the criminal justice do have mental health issues. So at that point I started to go to pre-med, and because I wanted to go for psychiatry, but life is just crazy and I couldn't engage in a 12-year path to go to medical school. And then life took me in another direction and I joined the Air Force. And then again, it hit me: mental health. The glaring gaps again in another community, in another population. And just like, how is this happening? Like, I'm moving from different like minority populations,
Yeah.
but still encountering the same issues. So at that point, like, I started to look for it and just like researching, and I found my degree and it felt like it fit with me. And I went into it, and the more I started to like learn more about mental health and counseling, and it clicked with me, and I just love it. So far, I just
That's amazing. The journey that we take though, sometimes it's just like it's a path, winding road, but
yeah.
once you get to that point, it's like this is it. This is it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I say chaotic
Yeah. Yeah.
naturally, because then when you get there, it's like, oh, like all these like natural like things that I have to like listen to people, engage, empathize, like they feel like this is what I'm meant to do. This
Mhm.
is, and people tell you like it's so easy to talk to you, like it's easy to engage with you and stuff like that. So it feels good
if
to be
if if
in a,
if anything for me, I'm gonna say it's easy to talk to you because I like hearing you talk. It's the accent, like,
oh.
yeah, like, do you get that a lot, like the whole like accent thing? Do people mention that to you a lot? No, no.
So, yeah, so interestingly enough, now I don't have as much of an accent, I think.
Oh,
But I started speaking English when I joined the Air Force in 2020. Like,
oh, really?
yes,
Oh,
like
wow.
English is my second language, and I literally had to learn it by like doing the work every single day, because
Yeah,
you're in the Air Force. Everybody that you're talking to
speaks
is in
English.
speaks
Yeah,
English. And at this point, like, I at the beginning I was like really self-conscious, but
yeah.
at this point I'm just like, I it's
I would have never known. I did not know that. I thought like I didn't like of course like I hear the accent,
yeah.
but I would have never known that like literally it's like 5 years of English type situation. Wow, that's amazing. Like I'm learning so much about you people. Like
Yeah.
my our clinicians are phenomenal. They have so many stories and I just learned something. That's crazy. It's like 5 years. Like, so how's it been though? Like, is it like, do you feel like it's second nature to you now, or is it still
So
like a journey?
that I was talking to somebody about this the other day. I was like, now I feel like I'm not fluent in either language because sometimes I forget words in Spanish and forget words in English. And I'm like, how do you say that in Spanish? Or how do you say this in English? And it's like, oh my gosh. But um but yeah, it comes as a second nature now. Like at the beginning it was a lot of like translating in my
Hmm.
head.
Hmm.
Now
It just
I'm
happens.
just thinking, it comes out.
I
So
love it. I love it. So, because you're operating, and you said it several times, you're operating in this field, and you work with, where you're in a minority field, you're working with I'm sure a high case of minority clientele. Definitely like on the judicial system when you were looking into that realm. So,
Mhm.
how has it meant for you to navigate in a field where providers of color are still underrepresented?
It's been challenging. It's been nothing short or challenging to like find my my voice in a space where like it's dominated by the majority,
Mhm,
and I'm part of like many minorities.
mhm,
I'm like Hispanic. my,
mhm,
my first language is Spanish. I'm in the Air Force. Like, I'm a part of the LGBTQ community. Like, I'm part of like so many minorities, and finding
mhm,
my voice and like not niching myself down to one single aspect
mhm,
of my who I am is really hard, because like they want to put you in boxes often. They want to put you like, this is like, you're Hispanic, this is who you are. And it's like, no, I'm these many
mhm,
things. And like finding my voice in that aspect has been like an undergoing process. And I think now that I'm like taking ownership of that,
Mm,
I am better to my clients
mm,
because of that. Because I don't come and present myself like I am just this, and it's
yes,
okay for you to not be just this.
yes.
So I bring all that into my counseling sessions, and that's why like I am a big like advocate for multicultural like competency, and just like I because I have like a lot of like experiences in many like minorities. I also am more open to everybody else, and
Mm.
I feel like that translates also into my
So,
counseling.
yeah, yeah, that works. It works hand in hand. It works hand in
Yeah,
hand. Having that like understanding, that background, I'm sure that helps. But like, do you find yourself like in a place like even when searching, so like
yeah,
finding like organizations, agencies to like work with in a sense? I mean, you're with us doing your internship in a sense, but like, do you feel like that'll be a not a hindrance? Do you feel like that'll be a thing, like to find the right
and that
place?
and
Yeah.
that's why I first, when I met Charisma and like when I found Poppy, I was like looking places to do my internship, and it was challenging. It was challenging to find a place where I feel like I fit. And then when I
Mhm.
met Charisma for my interview, I was like, oh my gosh, I love their energy, I love their community. And then I got to meet you guys when we went to like
The
take the picture,
photo shoot,
the
yeah,
photo shoot.
yeah.
So like I think it's very important for us to have these places and these organizations where we can shine and like rely on one another and find some common ground in like our experiences, so that we can give that
Mhm.
back to the community.
Yes,
and
I
and I
love
think
that.
like a lot of the people that come to us because of that too.
Yes. No, I think that definitely plays a role. We did an episode, we're doing an episode on like having the right representation. That matters. It matters. And I love the fact that you are representing a underrepresented group of individuals like who are a part of this thing
Yeah,
like so I definitely like, but what type of weight is that for you though? Like, is that heavy for you to carry? Like, because we're already underrepresented, the minorities, but
yeah,
you're carrying so many different pieces. You named several of them. Like, you're
yeah,
representing for this, you're representing for that. Like, is that a heavy weight for you to carry? Like, you're sitting in the chair and you're carrying this
yeah.
heavy weight.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it is, but I think it comes naturally when you have a platform to have a voice and you don't
Mm,
use it. I think like no.
yeah,
Like I if I have a platform, I will advocate for this.
yeah,
I will
mhm,
advocate for the minorities, and I will advocate because I know the challenges, and I
mhm,
know that for the people that come behind me to this be better, I have to take this responsibility. And the fact that it is heavy is because nobody or very little people before have um like have the opportunity
yeah.
to get to this place. I wouldn't
uh,
say not do the work, but because I know many of us are like in the
You're trying, yeah, yeah.
working, it's like
Mhm,
have the opportunity that we have now. And I'll say that like this opportunity for me to like come on here today and have a talk with you and be able to give that like put that out there for people, you know? So like that probably before wasn't an like an opportunity.
No, that's a real thing. That's a real thing. I think a lot of platforms, I mean, for many various different reasons, like didn't give opportunity. Like, but it's great, like you said it a little bit ago, having a place, a space where you have the opportunity to shine in a sense, and to
Yeah.
let it be known that like I'm here, I'm represented, I have a space and I have a place. Because it's a good thing for people to see
Yeah.
a face like you, a face like me, and others, to like know that like oh, maybe I can do that. Maybe I can go there. Because taboo is therapy, and it's still like a sense of taboo. So knowing that I have a Tanya to come, talk to, because life is lifing, like things are
Yeah,
happening in life, and to have the right representation matters. But for you, like, I'm going to ask this next question. What are some of the biggest barriers you faced? Because you talked about you've done a little bit of everything now. You've been in the
mhm,
army, you've done all this, but
yeah,
some of the barriers that you face and overcome on your journey as a mental health professional, because you're working your way into like
yeah,
your licensure,
yeah,
but and a person of color, like, or a minority figure.
yeah. Um, I would say, I during my academic like portion, I had to do a lot of self teaching in
Mhm.
that aspect. Most of the research and articles and academic resources are for mainstream like majorities. So if you want to like educate yourself about and be proficient in like the minority that you are and like learn more about that, you have to take it sometimes upon yourself to do
Mhm.
that. So that can be challenging because you're like navigating blind,
Mhm.
and it can feel isolating sometimes too, like when you like, especially when it's like online classes, like
Yeah.
you're already feeling like isolated, and then
Mhm.
you do your virtual meetings and everybody is different than you and have different experiences than you, and you find it hard to connect
Mhm.
with those things. So sometimes you have to like, I think, be embracing of that,
Mhm.
but also take it upon yourself to like outsource and find places where you actually feel hurt, like somebody knows what you're talking about and
Mhm.
knows your experiences, you
Yeah.
know?
No, I definitely. I mean, what I'm gonna say is you're dropping so much knowledge. Because you do have you. It's like finding your space, finding your
Yeah.
place, like for you to fully be able to operate, learn from. Because it's about it's work to put into it. I'm sure.
Yeah.
'Cause you're in your stage where you're working on getting the thing. So you're doing these credit hours. But what's that like though? Like, because you're sitting in a chair, so you're operating in a sense, even though we're putting the training on you piece.
Yeah.
But you're operating, so you're actually in the chair helping, working through, taking these journeys with these people. What is that like? Like,
Some days is scary. It I've been having a lot of like imposter syndrome some days,
you get in, it's like
and it's
I
like
I, I I
when
got
I'm
this.
doing it, I'm like, yes, I
Yes.
know, I feel like this is my place. And
Yeah.
then as soon as I close the door, it's like, oh my gosh. And it's not, and now that we're talking about this, it just
Yeah.
comes to like, it comes from that place of like finding yourself
Hmm.
in this profession. And
Yeah.
it's a lot of intersectionalities. So I always like, I'm like, okay, well, I have to be comfortable with knowing that I don't know it all, but I
Yeah.
know who to reach. I like
Mhm.
mentors. Like I
Yes.
know that I can find mentorship. I know that I can have like I have supervision and I have resources and tools that I know I can access. So I think it's very important for me to like know and have like these things in place that I know I can reach and
Mhm.
have what I need. And that's part of building community and having
Yes.
that support.
I
So
definitely agree. I definitely agree. In this short amount of time, she's not lying, guys. I'm telling you. She asks questions. If she feels something, she's going to say something. She's done that. Like, I literally got an email this morning on a question that you have. Like, so
yeah,
she's doing her back end work, y'all. So this is somebody you want to be connected to, because she's doing the work for you, not just for herself. She wants to make sure that she's effectively doing things right. I like that. Because not too many people like put care in that. Like it
Mhm.
becomes second nature, and you use the word too, imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Because we can get in the chair. I'm an imposter right now. I'm telling you. Because what I'm doing right now, this is not me.
Yeah.
But we do it so often, it becomes second
Yeah.
nature. Like it becomes second nature, and then the moment the lights come off, the camera comes off, that what you saw backstage is about to kick back in, and I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
like, yeah, it's like I
Yeah.
don't want to like where does this come from? But like it's a great thing though to know that you're doing the work, the behind the scenes work, even once you leave that chair. So like thus far, like you been in the chair, like you doing the work with the people, like have you found yourself at a point like of questioning though? Like,
Mhm.
should I be doing this? Or like or is it like a thing like no, I this is what I'm supposed to do? Like your aha, no, like have you had the aha, or is like I shouldn't be doing this?
As soon as I talk to my first client and they just told me, you just have this aura and like your smile gives me so much warmth that I feel comfortable in here. And I was like so filled with self-doubt. And
Uh,
in that moment I was like in my head.
mm,
And at that moment I was like, I was, like I can just be me,
yeah.
and like,
Hmm.
and when I'm in session, it's just, it feels right,
Yeah.
like it feels right. And I know this is a heavy career field, like we are containers for like a lot, you know and I think that is a privilege, like
Mm,
that's equally hard, but it's a privilege that we get to be that for others, and not everybody can do that. So when I sit in that chair and I start to listen to people, it just makes my heart so warm, and it just like makes me feel like I'm in the right place. And I may not know exactly
mm,
what I need to do after this, but in this moment I know that I'm in the right place.
yes.
And that's what I try to like
Mhm.
transfer to
Yeah.
people, like I try to like present myself as authentically as I can, and let that be the source of our connection.
I
So
definitely think that's just your natural self. My first time meeting you, I feel like that's just the aura you give off. I do agree with the client. It's the smile. You give a natural like, oh, I could just talk to her. Because that's ultimately what it is. Like, you sit down, you're talking, you're building rapport, connection. But like even with the self doubt piece, like, have you found yourself like lost for words, like how does this work? Like you're sitting there, like are you navigating the conversation, are you controlling the conversation? Like how does it work for you when you're in that space?
so I would say that at the beginning that stressed me out before I experienced it. And then I experienced it and I'm like, it's okay for me to catch a break. And I've said so, like, to my clients, I said, let me just take a minute to like process everything that you just told me,
Hmm.
because like you just confide in me so much, and it's so important to me that I absorb everything that you just said. So like I even surprised myself. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, I was able to like calm myself and not just like scramble for words and
Yeah.
just like spit out whatever came to my mind, and just like, it's okay to take a minute. And I think
Mhm.
clients respect that too, because they realize that you're just not like, oh, they're not even like paying attention to what I'm
Yeah.
saying. They know that you care truly enough to process what they
Yeah.
have told you.
No, that's definitely like right there. Like I don't know if you saw it. That put the biggest smile on my face because if I was the client, it would be like, oh, she actually is listening. She actually cares. Because that matters definitely. Definitely when you're sitting there like pouring out.
Yeah.
And you want to make sure like the person like is listening because that's why I say I couldn't do it because I feel like I would drift off so much many times. But then I make be able to do it because I do it in this capacity.
Yeah.
But I feel like I would just drift off. But I'm also a talker, so I don't know if I would let you talk. So that's another.
Well, if you don't let me talk, that is your space. And that's what I
Yeah,
try to convey to my clients. Like, if you want to come in here and talk the whole time, this is your time. Like, this is your time, and I will listen. And if, like, at some point I can tell you, hey, like, reassuring, validate, like, what you need me to be, and work towards your therapeutic goals, that's what I'm there for.
I just
Like,
want you to know at the end of your internship, if you need a space, you have a space. I'm not supposed to be doing this on this platform, but I'm telling you, yes, that's the type of therapist. You just went through a whole interview and you didn't know it. So if you want a space here at, I'm sorry, I'm just playing. No, that's phenomenal because therapists have to recognize that though, right? Like, but so with all that you've gone through though thus far, like barriers for self, like because you did the English thing, like, and I'm not knocking it for you, but you did like that could have played a role in it. And then you have minority woman. You have, I mean, and I'm not saying it. You said it. You have the LGBT QRS. Like I'm just playing. I'm not adding all those letters on there. That's not funny. Like because I'm not being offensive.
yeah.
You know, I'm here. I'm here with you. But no, you have that against you, like, and not against you, but barriers that come
Mhm.
into play. Um,
Yeah.
how are you overcoming those things though, like, or how do you feel like you've overcome those things, because that plays a role into like you taking on this as a career, you taking this on as a path that you want to go around, because ultimately you have to make money off of it,
Mhm.
and you still have these barriers against you, so what does that look like?
I don't think I have overcome it. I don't think it's something that you overcome. I think it's something that you continue to work on and continue to break those barriers, because life is crazy and we thought we came so far and then we go back, and now it's a time where our voices matter, and like it's very important for us to like um advocate. And just like I think um just speaking, like speaking out loud.
Mhm.
I'm trying to like convey what I'm trying to say,
Yeah,
just like
no, you got
putting
it.
a voice, like
Yeah.
saying this, like I am this, and I am proud, and I am here for it, and I'm proud of the experiences that this has brought me, and I think I can make a difference with those experiences and giving back,
Hmm.
like taking those experiences and giving it back to make something better.
Mm.
So, and then more challenges will come, and you will have to revamp
Yeah.
yourself and continue to move forward. It's about like, um, life is just a lot of challenges will
Hmm.
continue to come your way, and being part of a minority, I think we know, like that's how it is.
Hmm.
Like you move from different places to different places, and at different places you find different barriers. And I think it goes back to community. It goes back to having a strong support system, having people that have, they have your back, and
Hmm.
knowing that you don't have to do it alone.
Hmm.
Like it's not you battling and like trumping forward and just like trying to break all these barriers by yourself. Like find your communities, find your spaces, find your people, so that you can like hold arms and break those barriers together.
So what like platform are you on? Like I know you do like some TED Talks or something, because you know you're very motivating at this point. Like I know somewhere in some part of your career, of your journey, you've done some public speaking before. You're not gonna tell me you have.
um okay, so when I'm still in the Air Force, but I was part of 7 thread working groups, and sadly I will say that those were torn down. But I was part of the Hispanic empowerment and advocating movement there, and it was a program that focused on breaking barriers for people who English is not their first language,
Mhm.
and getting on in those positions of leadership within the Air Force, because the test to get to those positions is mainly in English. So you
Uh,
already have a disadvantage when you're taking that test. So I was part of that, and then I joined the LGBTQ plus community thread group within the Air Force too. And at this point, they're tore down. So we're trying to like still like getting that message across, getting like reach out and advocate. So I'm always looking for spaces where I can just talk, because sometimes having just those conversations and
yeah,
somebody listening, just one person that you can reach, that's all that
that's all
matters.
that matters. That's
It's
all
just
that
one
matters.
person.
I could just get one, just
Yeah.
one. That matters. That definitely matters. So, like, with you, like in this position, and if I'm asking too much many questions, I don't care. But at like you you in this position, like, have you found your niche? Like, this is the clientele I want to work with, or like, are you at the place where like send them all my way? Um,
I think I'm at the place where I think I need those experiences
mhm,
still to be open.
mhm,
Um, I I think I can like I see how I can bring like my experience into niching in certain with certain like populations,
yeah,
but I think in order for me to like bring more to the table, I will benefit from
work experience.
expanding more.
Mhm.
So I'm open at this point. I think in the future, as I develop more my skills and get more experiences, I would like to focus on people who are Spanish speaking populations, the LGBTQ community, and service members. Like that will be like my where I would like to
I'm
head.
glad you said that because I want to help you do that. And I'm personally telling you that. So you
Yeah,
heard that right here. When you're ready and you get, she has a couple more credit hours to go.
yeah,
And we're gonna finish this strong. We're gonna push her to finish this because I'm taking you up on that. I'm gonna hold you to what you just said. So this video recording, I'm gonna send this to you.
it's a verbal contract and
Yes,
it's
it's a verbal contract and it's signed, sealed, and delivered because that's important. And I feel like that community, those communities that you just said, kind of can go underserved in a sense, underrepresented. I found myself in situations where I want to help situate like individuals, but like there's barriers there,
yeah,
like where I couldn't even help because I don't speak fluent Spanish. I know certain things, but like, and we don't want to go, we don't want to underserve or so having representation, having
yeah,
someone who can properly assist matters. So I'm holding you to that. I'm
yeah.
holding you to that. Like,
And I also is
yes,
I
I
am
love that. I love that. But you said it several different ways. But how are you working to expand access to care in communities that have been historically overlooked or underserved? You've kind of shared, but like, yeah.
yeah. Um Again, I think like using my voice and just having these conversations in these platforms is like extremely important. I know you guys do a lot of community outreach, so
Mhm.
like just again finding people and move and making those connections, I think it's very important, because I come into this field and I don't know everything. Like I'm still learning so many things that I am not familiar with. So relying on people that have those experiences and have that outreach and those connections to help me get to where I want, to help me use my experiences to help others too. It's very important. And sometimes it's it's challenging to find those things.
Mhm.
But I also believe that life sometimes has a way to take you in the places that you're meant to go. I don't want to go into like
No, 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 no. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
into like, oh, the universe, but
No, no, I'm
I
here.
do think that when you it is very personal. I think it's when you open your mind and your heart to opportunities, you're able to see those opportunities more. You're able to accept more opportunities and just put yourself in those positions where you necessarily wouldn't have put yourself before because you weren't prepared or didn't feel ready for it. So it's a lot of personal work and being like, I'm ready for this and I have something to give, and I think it's worth sharing. And yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love it. I definitely love it. I ask, so I'm gonna ask you to put your mind on before I ask this last
Yeah.
question. So I normally ask every week for my guests to leave me a gem. Like some mantra, some words of wisdom, if you will, that can help me get to next week because it's gonna be a hard week, but we're gonna push through it. And I
Yeah.
know that you're gonna have the right words to help me push through. So if you can encourage us before we get off, but I'm going to ask this last question. You're doing what you're doing. You're working on these school credit hours and operating as the intern here at the Poppy's Therapeutic Corner. But what's your plan? What do you want to do? Like what's going to happen? So you're going to finish this internship, and this is your interview. So just know that too. So
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying no. But what's next? What's next? Like you
Um,
took a journey, but what's
yeah.
next?
I'm still in this journey. I still have 2 years and a half left in the Air Force. I am planning to continue doing my internship with Poppy until the end of it. And I, I so far, like, I've seen very few clients and I love them so
Yeah.
far. So I'm
Yes.
like, I don't want to, I'm not, there's no way that if they want to stay with me, I'm going to leave them. So I will probably stay and continue to treat my clients. And once I get out of the Air Force, this is what I want to do full time. Get my
So with
license.
the Air Force thing though, like, and now I'm about to go somewhere else. So what does that look like though? Like, because you're active. Like, so
Yeah.
now I'm going somewhere else in this interview. So what does
It,
that
it
look
is, it
like?
is, it is really crazy. So, um, I started this degree in a different job that my hours were very challenging. It was
Mhm,
12-hour shifts. They and it alternated between days and nights
uh-huh,
and weekends and holidays. So it was crazy. So I focused on doing all my academics because
mhm,
that's what I could do. So I
mhm.
focused in the things that I could control
Yeah.
within that. And then I cross-trained into a different job. And now I am luckily to have a job that is Monday to Friday, 7:30 to 4:30. And I was very clear with my leadership from the beginning that I was working in my master's degree and I wanted to, like, I have an internship to get done. So they allowed me for my internship to come 1 hour early and leave 1 hour early so that I can work in the afternoon. So right
Oh,
now my schedule is looking a
oh
little bit
wow.
crazy,
Yeah.
but I'm taking clients. My availability is from 4 to 7 and on the weekends. So it's it's a lot. I will say that it's a
Wow.
lot, but also it's very rewarding, and it continues to prove to me that this is what I'm meant to do, and it's temporary. Like, I am still like, I'm doing the steps that I can do, which is like I can do this internship while I'm still in the Air Force because I cannot control how many years I have in my contract.
Mhm.
But once I'm done with that, then I will have completed my degree and hopefully have my license. And then I will move into what I'm meant to do. So,
I
yeah,
love that. I love it. Like, it seems like it's a lot happening, but ultimately you're breaking barriers.
yeah,
Like, and I know that's the topic of this
yeah,
conversation, but ultimately you're breaking barriers. And kudos to you. Keep pushing forward. Keep pushing forward because we need representation
yeah.
in every facet that you stated. And I'm grateful that you putting in the work because it takes a Tanya to to do it because had
Yeah,
you not we were one less person represented.
yeah.
So thank you so much. I'm going to
Yeah.
ask you to drop that word of wisdom, some encouraging words for us if you will.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pick up and like what I was saying. life is going to continue to throw things at you. And sometimes what you can do is see what it is within you to do and take ownership of that and do what you can
Mhm.
and give yourself some grace. Like just waking up that day, if the all the energy you have is to like do your work, and then after that you had many things to do but you don't have the energy to do it, you woke up and you went to work. Like take the things that life throws at you and give yourself some grace. Just like do what you
Mhm.
can. And if a friend comes, like think of it like I am my best friend, and if I were to talk to my best friend, I will tell them you're doing great.
Yeah.
Like you are dealing with so much and you're still waking up and doing it. Tell that to yourself, because we're often very kind to everybody else and
Everybody
we're
else
very
except
hard
self.
on ourselves. So yeah, give yourself some grace. That will be
I
so.
I love it. And whoever told you that you're easy to talk to, I can keep going. If I didn't want to go back to my nap, I'm
No.
just joking.
You do. You're like,
No, no, I
I need
differ. It's like, no, but phenomenal. Like when I tell you, I see why clients will tell you it's easy to talk to you. Phenomenal. I thank you so much for all the work that you're doing, all the work that you're putting in. Thank you for taking this time out to talk with us.
for
Um,
having me.
no, I appreciate you. I definitely appreciate you. Like I looked up at that corner at that time, and I said, that literally says, "Oh, wow, yeah." Like it didn't
It didn't feel
that
like that
happened so
close.
fast. That happened so fast. But I'm so grateful that you took this time out because I know so much is happening. You got so much going on. But thank you so much for breaking barriers. Point blank. Let's keep pushing forward because that's what we're doing here at Poppies. We're a small little corner, but we have to break some barriers to make some change in our communities. And that's what we're here for. So you can call her five
Yeah.
one. No, you can't call her personally. Don't be calling here thinking you have to talk to her first. But 513-570-4068 and schedule with her.
Thank
Yes,
you.
she's accepting. She's accepting. I'm about to fill her caseload though in like 2 days, so she might not be accepting. But we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this, and she's here for you. Y'all visit our
Thank
Facebook, our Instagram, our website to learn so much more of what's going on here at Poppy's Therapeutic Corner. We're here every week, 6:30. Next week, we're diving into the school sector. Yeah, if y'all didn't know, Poppy's Therapeutic Corner, we have a school-based client like therapy. I can't even say the word. We have a school-based clinician base here, and they're going to be with us on this platform talking about what's going on in our schools, what they see, how they're changing, how they're moving, what's going on. We're going to have those real conversations starting next week, and I'm excited about it. So,
you.
Tanya, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank
Hang
you.
backstage for 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes, 2 seconds. But y'all join us next week. Y'all hang tight, eat those words that she said. I'll see y'all next week.
Bye.